beginning.
So much important. Love that. So in 2016, you started this, exciting. I say exciting because I'm happy to hear how you express yourself with a lot of joy, happiness, and excitement, and I feel your energy.
Thank you.
In 2016, you started the Unlimited Possibilities, and I do believe that it is so important to remind people that your possibility to achieve greatness is limited by your sense of self, is limited by, your ability to apply yourself. It's limited by all of these things. And if you reverse all of that, you're going to start to see more possibilities that is before you. But
Absolutely.
what I recognize is that you wasn't only satisfied with the launch of Unlimited Possibilities LLC. You went on to start your second business, which in 2014, that was just 2 years after, you started another company which is called Golden Nuggets LLC. 2 years before, sorry. And I'm happy that you synchronized these two. I'm really happy that you've done that. And I'm really happy that you're actually doing what you're doing because you mentioned a couple of things early on. And one of them had to do with finding yourself and knowing yourself. And I do believe that that's the greatest challenge of people in the world today. And this,
Absolutely.
based on the analysis that we are doing, is it doesn't only affect one ethnic group, it affects all ethnic groups, where you find people struggle to have a sense of self, they struggle to have a sense of purpose, and they struggle to have a sense of direction. And guess what? What we are seeing is that those people who are struggling to learn, apply, and master a strong sense of self is the people that literally struggles in life. And I do believe that what you're talking about is helping them to find the keys that unlocks the door to this unlimited possibilities that you're talking about. But I want to ask you, I feel your passion, I feel your energy, I feel your drive, and I love it. I also recognize that you have a rich background in studies because you didn't just arrive here. You are a doctor of pastoral care, and you're involved in counseling. Um, you also experience in spirituality and mental health. And I do believe that the role of mental health specialists in today's world, there is a great demand for your role because there are people who are walking and not even aware that they're going through some circumstances that can be classified as mental health, but they just don't know it. And I want to ask you this: what really inspired and motivated you to get on this path that I know can be transformational for millions of people across the world? What truly inspired you to get here?
Wow. I just love the way you frame your questions. Again, they're very deep and profound, and I just love it. Um, so, when I gave my life to Christ at the age of 16, I was a very troubled teenager. I did not have parental guidance. My parents were divorced. My dad, they divorced before I guess I was so young, I don't even remember. So I never remember my dad living with us. But my mom raised seven of us, and she was busy working in the evenings. So when I came home from school, she was at work. And I never had a chance to develop a mother daughter relationship with her. I wanted it desperately, but I don't know. She was just preoccupied, and she was very mean and very angry at that time as I was growing up. So when I gave my life to Christ, I gave my life to Christ because I was basically on the streets trying to survive, trying to find love in all the wrong places, and trying to make sense of who I was. But I got in some trouble, and I came close to losing my life. And I
Wow.
remember when the man had his hand on my neck and he was trying to kill me because I would not conform to his wishes, I heard a voice in my ear. I didn't know anything about God. And it said, just tell him yes. So as he's choking me and I'm trying to get the word, okay, okay, he let go of my neck. When he let go of my neck, I ran. I was in the car and he was trying to take advantage of me. I pushed that door open as far as it would go and I ran, literally ran for my life. I managed to get away, but I was shaking at that point and I knew I had to get my life together. I just knew I could not continue that lifestyle because I felt like that was a red flag for me, a warning. So I gave my life to Christ when someone invited me because I was like, whatever, whatever. I just need to get my life together. I gave my life to Christ. When I started surrendering and serving in the church and realized I had these gifts, I went to the leader because I wanted to develop these gifts. I wanted to figure them out. Who am I? Well, they didn't have the help and the support that I needed. I didn't get it. So I have to say the Spirit led me into the world. And that is when I began the educational journey and the pursuit to understand who I was. I didn't know how to get started. I just did it. I just went out. I started out going to a Bible college because I thought, well, I like to teach Sunday school. I love to teach. I had a natural ability to teach. That's one of the gifts I discovered. Take a sentence and I could expound on it. It's just amazing. The gift is amazing. So I thought, okay, I'll go to Bible college. I went to Bible college and I was amazed at how I knew this information and I would just ace my way through it. And it didn't even seem challenging at some point. And I remember one of the professors said, he just stopped in the middle of the class and he looked at me and he said, you could teach this course. And I thought, what is he talking about? I still couldn't see it, but like, what is he talking about? So I went on through it, got the degree. I was still searching. It's like I had this hunger, thirst that was driving me. And I started just going from the bachelor's degree. I went into, got the master's degree in theological studies, thinking at that point I was going to be a chaplain, still thinking, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm just trying to figure it out, So I started working in the hospitals. And I had these phenomenal experiences with breakthrough with clients. And it was like unbelievable experiences. And I found out I had this unique ability to minister to people who were dying. I couldn't understand it, but it was happening, that people would be dying. And somehow I had the ability to talk to people out of a coma. They would come out of the coma, talk to me, and then go back into the coma, and they never spoke again. And I'm like, how does that happen? How do you make a person dying laugh? I remember there was a person dying, and I was in there sitting there, and I'm just talking. And they just started laughing. And the nurse came in, looked at them, looked at me. I didn't know how that happened. I wasn't even trying to be funny. I was just talking, So I saw that happen. Over and over, I started just seeing different things, manifestations of giftedness. So I thought it was going to be a chaplain. That didn't happen. After I got my degree, there was no positions open. Nobody hired me. And I thought, what in the world? So I spent a whole year trying to figure that out. Couldn't figure it out. Somebody said, you make a good counselor. You know how to encourage people. I said, counselor. Okay, that must be it. I went back again, got my doctorate degree, and then started doing therapy. So it was like trying to figure it out, trying to understand, who is this? What am I? What am I supposed to be doing? I'm serious. It's just been one of those kinds of journeys for me. Started doing therapy and I thought, this is it. I've arrived. Yeah. This is it. I love it. I love it. And then all of a sudden, I started seeing, wait a minute. This is too great to keep in a 1 minute, one hour session. This is too big. This is too big. This is bigger than this. What I have inside of me is bigger. It's so big. The world needs this. And that's when I said, I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, the world needs the gifts. But I didn't know how to make it happen. Still didn't. How can you have so much information and then still not know? And that's another thing. You can be so gifted and yet not even know how to bring the gifts together to make it
Yes.
work. You know,